In this tutorial, we're going to talk about solid layer. Let's go to type 2, type solid. Take a look at our timeline. You should see our first layer, which is solid, and then I'm going to create my solid. Go to layer and new and solid. Let's rename this solid. And then click OK. So now we have two layers. This is text and this is solid layers. Solid layer has been placed top of this text. So if you like to see the text solid, you can drag that up and place top of this solid layers. So this is a solid layer. And if you like to see solid layers on the top, just drag that up. Okay, this is a solid layer. So if you like to select the actually same colors that the background has on this solid as well, go to composition and composition setting. And you can find this background in color. Click on this and then highlight that color code, copy, and click OK. Click OK, and then go to layers, layer, solid layers, and layer, solid settings. And then also you should see color. Click on this, go right here, and paste it. The color of the composition and the color of the solid layers are the same, identical. So even if we move this, so you won't see any seam in between composition and the solid layer. All right, let's animate this by moving this solid. Place your playhead at 0, and I'm gonna hit P position. Click on the stopwatch to create initial keyframe, and then I'm gonna go to 1 second. And then what I like to do, I like to move to the right like this. All right, let's watch. Stuff like this. If you use the one of this shape, you can create more interesting animation. First of all, let's remove keyframes. Okay, first of all, you need to click and select the solid layers and go to shape here. And the one I like to try is this one. Okay, Ellipse Tool, and then draw a circle. You may hold down Shift key to draw a perfect circle. If you use one of these rectangle, rounded rectangle and ellipse and the polygon kind of things, and you should see mask. Okay, these are called mask in timeline. Solid, you should see mask. And if you expand this mask options, mask path and mask feather, mask opacity, and mask expansion, selection tool, I like to place this mask top of this solid. Once you deselect everything, you won't see nothing. Although we have solid here, the solid layer. If you take a look at the timeline, you should see two layers, and this is solid. Yeah, remember text, and this is solid layer, new solid. In addition to the solid, we added additional one, which was this one on Ellipse Tool. Okay, we create that in circle by using this Ellipse Tool, which is called a mask in timeline. So expand this, you should see mask. So for instance, if you like to use more than one circle and more than one, if you like to use more than one circle, or you want to combine the both rectangle and, for instance, rectangle and ellipse, you should go to right here and the rectangle, and then, like for instance, you can draw in a rectangle something like this, and you should see two masks. Okay, well, all right, anyway, so I'm gonna highlight this mask 2. I don't need 2 masks. I'm gonna delete that so that I can have only 1 mask. So now deselect, say we see nothing. We don't see text and solid. We don't see the circle in a mask. If you deselect, you won't see nothing. So now we're gonna animate this. I'm gonna click on this stopwatch to create initial keyframe for this mask path. Okay, and then go to, let's say I'm gonna go to 115. Okay, 115. Click on any of those anchor point until you see those handles. So with these handles, you can modify this circle. So basically click right here, and then do you see this? Something like this. Something like this. Alright, what's this? Okay, let's preview this. I like to hide these masks, and then let's make it a little bigger. And turn on the mask, and I select the mask. We need handle. Okay, now I'm gonna cover this. Alright. If you deselect solid, okay, we don't see anything. Right. Send the mask again. Go back to the beginning, and then click on the stopwatch, and then we just made the initial keyframe. Then I'm gonna go to like 115, and then what I like to do, okay, handle, and then move like this. Okay, what if we create more than 2 keyframes? Like for instance, I'm gonna remove the second keyframe right here. Right, no animation here. We have initial keyframe right here. I'm gonna go to like frame 15. Oops. Handle this, and go to frame 30. Alright, let's test it. Okay, now you should notice that I have created 1, 2, 3 keyframes. So, right, and then let's make the one more keyframe under here, mask, and keep moving to the right until we see all in a text solid. So let's preview this. Yeah, we don't see actually much difference between the animation made with the 2 keyframes and 4 keyframes. What if we add more anchor points? So currently we have 1, 2, 3, 4 anchor points. So let's try to add more anchor points to make this animation more interesting, more filling. Let's go to pen tool, and you should see that's add anchor point tool. So now they call add vertex tool. Let me add vertex over here. 2, 3, and 4. See, I added 4 more anchor points. Go to 15 frames. Mask. And we need the handle. Alright. Something like this. Something like this. Probably something like this. Alright, so let's quickly preview 15 seconds. Something like this. Go to 1 second and mask. The handle. Okay. Basically, we like to show the all full, actually 5 letters, text and solid. So bring this down, down. Alright, so let's preview it. Something like this, and go to 115. Alright, okay, let's preview this. Okay. Let's try one more. Okay, remember this mask has 8 anchor points, and then what I like to do, okay, 15 seconds. We need the selection tool and anchor point. Just click anchor point, and then this time move like this, and move this to the right. Right, just show SO and the power of L to the right. Okay, move the solid to the right. Okay, see, let's preview this. All right, and then go to 1 second. Select the mask. We need the handle. Activate. Let's see. And then move to the right. Like this. Okay, now we can see whole letters in a solid. Okay, so you might wonder what the mask feather does, and you probably understand the what actual mask and opacity does. So let's reduce this, the value of mask opacity. So with the opacity value in 75%, you will get select the different types of animation. So Okay, on the other hand, what about the mask feathers? You can increase that mask feather to achieve this kind of soft edges. A little extreme. What if you type 92% something?